everyone, Gwen here. This is another Let's Play of Celestian Tales, as you can see. So just a little recap of the previous episode. Basically, we started our first squire's training, which meant for us to take care of the horses and clean out their stalls. And now we're tasked with taking the horses' dung to Mudtown so they can compost it. Mudtown is west of the city of Levantine, so that's where we're heading to now. Right through this way. So, nice little forest. It's all so detailed. We have little bushes and stumps and trees and different colored bushes and little flowers and rocks. So nice, isn't it? Monster! You don't really have to grind in this, but still, attacking things and not avoiding it will help you in the long run. So as you can see, we have them in different places. So, she has the skills of Battlefield Tyrant, which raises the enemy aggression to scene, and Body Perfection, which gets rid of poison, bleed, and blind, and restores some HP, which is always handy to have. The spiders are creepy. Creepy spiders. Arya has heal, which is always lovely to have a healer, and protection, which negates 3 attacks, or up to half minimum HP if it's fairly powerful, but I really haven't run across that too much. So basically, 3 attacks. As you saw there, we got some spider legs and things, so that'll help us for making weapons later on. Right now, it doesn't really do much other than to collect. So it's a little bit, in the beginning, you don't really have to have a lot of strategy, just click the attack button each time. But later on, things will get a little bit more strategy. Right now, they're just trying to get you in that. See, we got 2 spider legs and 1 fang, and we got 13 experience, which is always lovely. So, let's go up here, because this is one of those little hidden treasures that they have of it everywhere, and they don't respawn, so once you get them, you get them. Right now, we got some raw meat. Don't ask me how that helps with making, weapons, but it does. And looky here, we have boars instead of spiders. How lovely. At least they're not creepy looking like the spiders are. And you can see when they change their animation to look more tired, you know that they're closer to being killed. They have low HP. Aw, he brought up his defense by using that. And you can see up here in the corner where it has the mountain boar and all the question marks of basically of their HP, but also tells you what buffs they have on them. Camille has an ability that allows you to see what their HP is, but it doesn't carry over from each battle, so you would have to use it every time. So it's not. It would be nice if they would keep it, because, but they don't, unfortunately. Let's go back this way. What is it going to be, a boar or a spider? Spiders. How did I know? Ew. These spiders. Look how many eyes they have. It's so creepy, and they're all red and black. It's like, what are they, like widows or something? But it's like creepy nonetheless. It's like, all I know is that they need to die. I don't like spiders, especially if they're that big. I mean, how much damage could they do to you at being that big? See, and you can defend too, which lowers the amount of damage done to you or the opponent who can defend as well. Yeah, we leveled up, and you can see they have new abilities unlocked. So let's go to the party. Oh, wrong one. Status? Ah, status. It's been a while since I played, but you can see you have different skills, and then you have passive skills, which basically is there all the time. You don't have to use it. So Reynard's is tempered combat. It reduces all damage from beasts, which is a good thing because we have a lot of beasts around here. So let's switch this. I don't think Arya got one now, but I know Lucine did, which is defensive stance, so she's defending. more damage is reduced. And then Camille also got the chance to inflict status. Basically you do that, and then like you use a sharpened bolt that inflicts a bleed, so you have a higher chance of inflicting that. It's kind of like, I don't know, in a way kind of making sure, like in Pokemon, that you can get off like Thunder Wave or Confuse Ray or Sleep Powder or any of those other status stuff. Why is there so many spiders? I know it's in the forest and all, but my goodness, what in the world are they eating to get this big? What, gigantic insects or something? Which is equally as creepy. Oh, well, that's the first time they've actually ever attacked me. I guess that's because they had 3 of them instead of just the 1 or 2. So it was fairly easy for me to get through them all. Yay, we got 6 spider legs. So creepy. We're gonna go down this way so we can go and get another treasure. Because there's the Coat of Vitality, which we put that on. Oh, right. It's for certain people. Because Reynard and Arya and Lucine are outfits. That must be a thing that they're planning on eventually changing. But this, we can just, because you have your light armor and heavy armor, but the 3 that I have in battle right now are heavy armor, so it doesn't really help them too much. But if I ever need to go to my other parties, that'd be helpful. Attacking them. 1 spider down, 2 more to go. I'm sorry if their little attacks are fairly loud. I can't really turn them down, unfortunately. So, even if I turn the music all the way off, it still wouldn't turn it off. So, I've tried. Doesn't work. At least now you can just hear all the other stuff. Yay, we got legs and fangs. Spiders. Yeah. Yay, we've entered Mudtown. There it is! The cart from Levantine has arrived. Greetings, villagers. We are here to deliver the contents of this cart on behalf of Lord Allen. Look at that, such a big pile. Ugh, indeed. And the stench is sickening. Is it really? It somewhat is, but at least there were beasts to fight. I thought it was going to be a boring trip, but that was kind of fun, I'd say. Why are you happy to hurt animals, Reynard? Do humans find it fun? Of course, the heat of combat, the feeling of your weapon hitting a foe. It's exhilarating. Ellie doesn't understand. Don't worry, Ellie. Me neither. The cart is yours now. Please take care of it. We will, miss. Please inform Lord Levant that we are truly grateful for this. I'm sorry if my voice has changed from time to time. It's kind of hard. Never hast I seen someone so happy over dung. In the castle, the heap is nothing but filth, but here they have their uses, turning filth into something useful. Lord Allen does know what his people need. Ellie thinks it's very clever. She will tell her mother about this one day. Is this how a wise man rules? Duty to the people, huh? At any rate, we should return. The sun will set soon. Right now, does thy endurance know no bound, Lucine? Sorry about that. I would assume that it does not. Why don't we take a look around for a bit before walking back? Seeing how the commoners are doing is part of the noble's duty too, right? That's a good idea, really. Very well, let's take a rest for a while before going back. Yay. We get to explore Mudtown now! Yay! Let's talk to this person. We used to grow a lot of crops, but lately the soil isn't that good anymore. Since Lord Levant has begun sending his pile of dung now, things are getting better again. It's nice to know. Fertilizer is always helpful. Let's talk to this person. The river currents used to be strong, that there are no fishes around here. But since Lord Levant built the water mill, not only are there fishes, we often get big catches too. Fishes. Isn't it supposed to be just fish in general? Anyone home? Doesn't look like there's anything in it. Nope, nothing in this little house. Just a little house. Oh, cutscene. Sort of. Ellie likes this village. It's so peaceful, so different from the city and castle. The village reminds Ellie of her home. Do many humans live like this? Unfortunately, Mudtown is an exception. Since it's only reachable from Levantine, the village has always been safe from outlaws. Not many can say the same. Indeed, prosperous villages are rare out there. And if there are any, they often become right targets for bandits and marauders. The realm is a dangerous place, Lillian. It's not always like this. Sometimes people are so poor that they have no choice but to become bandits. If living honest lives isn't enough to feed their families, and still they must pay taxes to the nobles, wouldn't you do that as well? You may see the outlaws simply from the surface, but there's always a bigger story behind it. Nobody wants to be criminals because they're born evil. Isaac, there is no need to put ourselves in that place. Deus Valorous created the lowborns to serve us, the noble caste. In turn, we are to guide and protect them. 'Tis how the Deus wrote the world, and 'tis how it should be. If one cannot afford to pay taxes, they may serve the realm in other ways, such as becoming soldiers. Never is there an excuse to take what is not rightfully thine. Such atrocities simply cannot be justified. Hey, I agree with that. Soldiering is much more exciting than a peaceful life anyway. Seriously, don't people get bored around here? There's no fights, no dangers. I'd die in a week. Hey, boy, yes, you there. Random kid from over here. Yes, you boy, come here. He sees us and comes over. Probably has no idea why people are randomly shouting at him. Yes, master, did you call for me? Are there any giant beasts around here we can hunt? Any renegades we can squash? No, there's nothing like them around here. See, it's so boring, don't you agree with me, kid? Well, a bit. Are there always giant beasts, robbers, and renegades outside, master? I've always wanted to leave this village and travel, but I don't know what's out there. You should be thankful to have good crops every year, not starve. Some villages out there are starving to death. If those kinds of people want to leave their homes, I can understand. But here, this village is already far better off than most in the realm. Why would you even want to leave? It's... It's my father, young master. Aww. I want to go outside the village to look for him. Isn't that so nice of him? He hasn't returned for years, and I haven't heard anything from him, but I'm sure he must be out there somewhere. Everybody thinks he's dead. Are you sure you want to do that? It's a dangerous world out there, a different kind of place than this peaceful village. A boy like you won't survive for long. How are you going to find him if you can't take care of yourself? I guess you're right, miss. A kid like me would have little chance fighting beasts or bandits, but I can always avoid them, right? Avoiding enemies might be easy at first glance, but life isn't that simple. There will inevitably be counters that you'll have no choice but to face. The more you avoid enemies, the less you'll be trained physically and mentally. There'll be fewer fights, but the ones you'll have to face will be harder. That doesn't just go for you, it goes for us as well. That's why it's not always wise to avoid enemies just because we're lazy. I see. Then I guess I should start training from now. After everything she said, you're still going to leave this village someday? Of course, master. If words can put my spirits down, how am I ever going to find my father? Haha, look at this young lad. More villagers should learn from your confidence. What's your name, brave kid? It's Cameron, master. Cameron, huh? Good luck finding your father. If we ever meet again, tell me what you've seen in your travels. Now go back to what you were doing. The crops won't farm themselves, you know. Will do, master. Thank you for encouraging me. Well then, Reynard can be somewhat nice. You shouldn't have encouraged him, Reynard. He's but a kid. Ha! Says a girl who started wielding a weapon at 7 wants to lecture me about this. Does have a point there. It's getting late. We should get going. Master at Arms must be waiting for us. Yeah, well, before we leave, we got a little bit more exploring to do. Let's go in this little house. Doesn't look like any things in here. Some houses have things, some don't. Oh, shiny spot. Shiny. Oh, got a tiny white crystal. See, that's like a healing thing. They sometimes give you things. You don't necessarily have to get them yourself. Doesn't look like there's anything in this house. And usually if there is something, it'll sparkle in some sort of way. Thank you for delivering the dungs, Master and Mistress. You're welcome. Ooh, locked door. Why would there be a locked door? This door to this house seems to be locked. Why would it be locked, though? Why indeed? Why indeed? Let's talk to these. A mixture of rosemary and white rhyme can help make your face prettier. The scent isn't for everyone, but who cares if it can get men to notice you? Interesting. Most noble ladies marry later than villagers do. Sometimes even in their 20s. There's no pressure for money, I guess, or maybe just too busy attending balls. Well then, I'm not sure what to say to that, but I think most society, they marry well into their 20s now. Not many people marry that early. I mean, some do, I guess, but not everyone. I'm trying to get this treasure. Got an AIDS necklace, woot. Let's go into this little house. I don't think there's anything in it, but it's bigger than the others. Nice little water wheel. So that's so nice of them. This is a little merchant, but can't really buy anything anyways. So let's go put our little accessory on, which gives us more health. Which is always good, being the person that we are. So, doesn't look like we have much going on here at the moment. Let's continue on just a little bit further, see where it takes us. What's wrong, Camille? You look like there's something on your mind. Oh, it's just nothing important, really. I keep thinking about what that kid Cameron said back there. About leaving that peaceful village of his. He said something about wild beasts on these paths, didn't he? Ha! It must be weakling boars that we cut through. It's an easy job for us, but deadly for a little kid. Maybe you're right. I'm just afraid there might be... What was that? Something's coming our way. Get ready. Ooh, looks like we have a little fight going on. We have ourselves the first boss, the dire boar. So, first thing up, let's do some protection, shall we? See, it didn't do any damage. Of course, with the 2 hits, it pretty much killed that, but that's okay. Got rid of the first boar. Now, let's get rid of work on getting rid of the second boar. We don't really have the stamina to continue to use shielding, but let's see. See so, as you can see, there's a little bit more strategy when it comes to bosses. Just a little bit. Well, there is usually when you have bigger bosses, but let's try to use... Ah, missed. Reynard, your abilities only so useful. So, attack. Yes, we take out the boar. Well, we took out the boar. We leveled up and we got a whole bunch of items for making things, which is always good. How did we fail to notice such a beast the first time we passed here? Never mind that, look at that heap of succulent, juicy meat. Are you going to kill it, Reynard? Of course I am. This catch can feed the whole castle for a day. But it attacked because it felt threatened. You're trespassing her territory. Can't we just let her go? We can let her go now, but what if she attacks villagers some other day? We have weapons and armor, but those commoners? There are lives at stake here. It must be confusing for humans, not being able to commune with animals. In Anantura, The forests are safe because its beasts are protecting us. Unfortunately so, Lillian, the human world is different from yours. It might take a while for you to get used to it. Ellie's not sure she ever wants to get used to this. Fine, let's leave this beast here and let nature decide its life or death. It attacked us, we defended ourselves, done. Now let's get back to Jack. 'Tis an agreeable notion. Let us make haste. I find the prospect of having to drag a carcass back to the castle terribly appalling. Everybody puts their weapons away. Phew, I hope you'll be alright, Miss Piggy. We're getting quite close here to the end of the episode, so just so we'll continue on here and hopefully get to the castle, see what our next training or duties may be there. So if you did like this video, do leave a like, and if you have any comments about where I should go or where any medals are or any other type of games to play, do leave a comment below. And if you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe. Have a wonderful and blessed day.